she's not here today, we could just say she's off making a deal or something. Something she'd do.
Yeah, I was going to back things up a bit before the noble get together, because there was some information I missed that first time.
Gotcha.
So Maxine said she wasn't participating in that, but there's some things related to that I think she might have enjoyed. One moment. All right, back. So what do you say we give it another 10 minutes?
Okay, doke.
goes, aside from the next time on thing. Um, Several of you were going into the palace to see if your plan to drop a letter down a chimney worked.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Does anyone need more context?
Raise of hands, everyone here.
No, that's what I remember.
Same here.
All right.
And I think we've declared a mission accomplished. Unless there's some
Well,
mysterious...
we're backing up a bit. You have not necessarily found what mission accomplished is yet, but also it's a good opportunity to introduce somebody who wants to join the party.
Oh. Really?
You'll notice the name isn't cameraman anymore.
Oh. Oh, fair enough.
All right. So it is a court. Some of you probably know what that looks like more than I do. They've got the 4 local dukes plus the archduke around. There's also a couple foreign dignitaries. There's a Dorlux noble hanging out by the I want to say buffet table. And there's also a gray fox in foreign garb. And what is it? A snake in a jester's cap or something?
Sure.
Dates can. Does that sound right?
Well, the name didn't sound right, but the appearance
Dates.
sounds fine. Yeah. Dates.
Go ahead and give a description of your.
I'm a mostly black cobra. I have this wooden panel thing on my back. Sometimes, if you watch me enough, I'll roll around on it, entertainment-wise. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, I'm a cobra. Cobra doesn't have much description. You get the whole picture when you think of cobra.
All right. Hopefully, we don't get G.I. Joe in here. Crickets.
Oh,
Anyway,
we're waiting for you to set the scene. What? We're in here. What's going down?
So court is happening. The Archduke is like talking with other people. And a little while after you come in, the Archbishop and a couple of attendants storm in. Let's see. He starts accusing Duke Lothair. That's the armored guy.
That's when we...
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
He accuses him of attempting to conceal evidence that the Archduchess has been aiding heretics. Apparently, a letter was found half burned in his fireplace by his confessor. So the Archduke decries this as ridiculous. And the Duke Lothair is all, I know nothing of this. So, let's see, the head archduke is my wife is completely innocent of this. What are you talking about? Is um and Baron Guntram um i- is saying they can't possibly trust the church. Duchess Bollinger is scandalized by the thought. Um, is there anything you want to do while they're while the cutscene plays?
Get a snack, a little wine, enjoy the show.
Stare at the mission accomplished banner behind us.
Well, you know how well that went. Um, yeah, the fox is also popcorn is kind of out of era at the moment, but that's totally how he's acting. Um, and the Dorlux is just willing to give commentary if anyone asked.
You mean Doro?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a French word, so that EAO just sounds like O. EAUX, or however they do the end of Doro.
All right. All right. So, in if you're not doing any kind of socializing,
Well, I mean, Neferu's mingling and just doing small talk, I guess.
all right. So yeah, the Dorolo is Baron Talon Vages. He's a baron of a river town up in Essay. And he is generally sociable, especially if he's had a few drinks in him. Let's see. According to his commentary, we'll check if Duchess Bollinger is let's see. Trying to be extra rich, and very socially conservative, very not no changes. Let's see. Baron Guntram is a little too obsessed about the Ettingors for someone who believes they don't exist. Dirk Berenger deeply suspicious of the church. And of course, Duke Lothair is the brother of the Archduke's Minister of War. He's just generally a chatterbox, but like a fat boar chatterbox, so drunken chatter. Anyway, during all this, the Archbishop makes inroads on the Archduke, convincing him that his wife betrayed the church with the various information you gave. Or at least the parts of it that didn't get burned up.
How terrible of them to try to conceal evidence like this.
Duke Berenger announces his own revelation. He He waves over a one of his attendants, showing that the church has plans to move the sea here, which has all the other dukes up in arms and threatening revolution. And that like takes the argument to the next level. The Archduke finally shouts for guards to disperse the event, including the Archbishop. Everyone is escorted outside, including you and all the other foreigners.
Yep, mission accomplished. All right. This indignity sounds like a great excuse to leave the city.
What a
And I have a
wonderful
bad
little
feeling.
mess.
All right. So, what's the plan? The other nobles are kind of taking off into the city.
It seems like they have business to do, and well, so do we, don't we?
And what are you doing, Dates?
I was mocking all the events in the background.
As you're being like escorted out, you just go and help them be in the press.
No, I imagine I curl my tail around my neck and use the wooden shield on my back as a rolling pin to roll myself out. Like a hoop. I'm making myself into a hoop, a weighted hoop.
Oh. Truly the
So there's
sister
this
of all.
guy.
Wondering if this is the equivalent of rollerblades for snakes.
Well, you know, if you like put a person into a tube, how the weighted end where they're on is going to roll harder. That kind of way that I'm just bouncing down.
So, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, I believe we have money to pick up now, don't we?
All right. So you start heading down into the city. Go ahead and give me a perception.
For what
Observation.
now?
Something I'm good at.
Oh. Is there any sense attached to this one?
Mind and observation. Aha, one success.
Yeah, at first you thought it was just like the road down into the city, but it does seem like Baron Guntram is heading in the same direction you're going.
Just so happens to be heading to the same direction, or perhaps to the same destination. Is he ahead or behind us?
He took off before you.
I see. Well, I'm gonna just quietly note that, and we'll see where he happens to go compared to us.
All right, are you just stay in the middle of the road, or are you trying not to be visible behind?
Oh, I'm just trying to blend in with the crowd. I'm just, going this direction too, wouldn't you know it?
All right. And let's see. The most anyone rolled for perception was 1, right?
Yep.
Looks like it.
All right. So, yes, he is going to the same building you went to.
Aha! I believe this is the one where we're going to pick up our payment from then. So,
As you approach the building, however, a individual in church robes comes around the corner and asks for a moment of your time.
oh, well, I'm always all ears to hear a few verses. Go ahead.
I will treat him like any other. Ignore him.
You may mistake me for a almoner. I am Brother Thybod, a investigator for the church. I have a few questions for you.
Oh, well, ask away, please.
Let's see. Unfortunately, you burned through the parts I made notes for, just having me just read them off. Had to have options for you to go off track, and then you just.
Nope, we were happy with the rails.
That's okay. We'll go off track once we punch him in the face and go on a run through the city. We'll get right back to being off track. Don't you worry.
All right. So he is going. He introduced himself as Brother Thibauld, or Thebod.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Brother Thebod. So what did you have to ask?
One moment. See, agent of the Argentine Dusang. So he has been investigating the matter of that one banished paladin, Betancourt, and has some questions about a related matter of the metropolitan, the mayor, who was also at that party you were at.
I see. I see. Well, I've heard of this paladin before since entering the city. People seem to talk about it quite a bit, but I haven't met either of these people yet. I don't think, not personally.
Yes, that is a strange thing. No one has seen him for several weeks.
I do not think we've even been
Either
in.
or both.
Well, you did see the Metropolitan. He was kind of
Mhm.
staying not active in the conversation that you all got kicked out of.
I see.
Yes. Deserves.
So this man has not just been shunned; he's gone missing. Very odd, of course.
Indeed.
Want to hire us to find him?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you want to hire us to find him?
Well, yeah. I would appreciate such services to the church. However, I'm actually going beyond my office. The case is closed, but I do not feel it is complete.
Oh, that's fair to say for sure. Tell me, what do you suspect is happening here?
Um, truth be told, I do not know what caused the banishment. However, what brought it about. However, there were some irregularities concerning Betancourt's banishment. Normally, a member of the orders, such as he was, would be tried by the orders. However, he was instead tried by the church hierarchy, and Betancourt did not contest this.
Interesting. Interesting.
Very.
Because gosh darn it, I'm going to hit you over the head with these other plot arcs.
I'm just trying to keep track of it all.
Yeah.
So you think it odd that he didn't contest them at all?
Indeed, especially in such a matter that requires his banishment.
Almost seems as if it's part of some previous deal with prosecution.
I'm not sure we know anything about it if you're simply here to ask some questions, but as my friend have said, we are up for hire. We're always looking for a little bit of something to do.
Perhaps I will see what I can find in the coffers. Uh, the charge he was up for was put forward by the Metropolitan, and he was tried by the Archbishop.
I see.
Well, if you
Don't
have
jump
any
up at once with questions, anyone.
Well, if you have any further questions, I can give you the um, monastery I'm staying at.
Of course. We could always catch up on you later, perhaps arrange some kind of deal.
All right. So he eventually lets you go about your business.
All right. Well, that was interesting, everyone. So, let's say we get paid.
Best plan I've heard yet.
All right. So Baron Guntram is inside when you go in. He smiles at you and thanks you for your delivery, and I will has your money right over here. He waves over. They are blank coins.
Blanks are not necessarily taken as currency now, are they?
I mean, they're still gold, or
Gold is gold. But I do see your point. We probably should melt this down or get them actually printed with something before we go waltzing too far from here.
What would be the approximate value of, say, just this bag of gold?
I thought we said like something like 4 gold for the mission or something.
4 gold each sounds like
No, not
something.
each. 4 gold for the delivery.
It's like way too little. Yeah, this is the point where maybe we should write down what we agreed to. Does the Fuhrer remember anything at all?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Because that's still about 100 silver.
Oh, I thought you meant when you said gold 4 dinar worth.
No, Ariel.
Ariel worth.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so that's slightly different then. Okay, so that sounds more like what we arranged for then. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least the gold seems to be in order. That seems to be a good conclusion of business, don't you think?
Indeed. I appreciate those who don't ask questions.
Well, I do hope things went exactly as you would hope they did. It did seem like quite the mess.
Perhaps we can do business more in the future.
As long as it's perhaps not more dangerous than letter delivery.
Now, if you excuse me, I've got a war to plan and Gilded to blame for it.
Well, I won't keep you from your clearly very busy life in days to come. Well then, we just started
All
some
right.
war. How you feel, guys?
Nice to get paid for a job well done.
Well, seeing as this is about to erupt into war, do we want to spend some more time in the city and maybe see what we could learn about this paladin and pay off a little bit for that information?
Just to check, are blank coins illegal to own?
I wouldn't say. Okay, I'm not as familiar with it, but it's implied to be shady as all fuck.
But not necessarily illegal in and of itself.
Somebody who knows more about the setting want to chime in on that?
Well, I'm not so sure if they would be illegal or not, but I don't even think. I think when you make a coin, you stamp either stamp a blank or stamp a sheet, and the blanks come out. But I think it would just be treated as an amount of gold equal to the weight of the coin or the blank. It's just a certain shape. It's rather than an ingot, you're getting it in little bits.
I'm just worried it might be counted as counterfeit currency or something similar.
Well, if it's not minted, it can't necessarily be passed off as currency. But I guess this is one of those things perhaps we should drop on Maxine in the future.
I mean, at least, at the most, rather, it would have to have a lesser value. Kind of like exchange currency.
Mm-hmm.
Like those gold rings that are known in the Phelan lands.
Question lingers though. Did we want to stay here knowing what we happen to know? Do we want to go do an investigation while we were here and see how that can pay out?
Hmm.
I'm hearing a rousing consensus.
It's not like we got an actual. He stated an actual price. Oh, I don't know. We could see what shows up while we're packing our bags.
That's very true. We may as well rest up for the day and head out tomorrow and, well, do some talking in the meanwhile.
Uh,
So, I guess we'll go do a little gossip. Hey, what do people know about the Paladin? I think we probably asked that before, but where was the last place that people saw him? He was being outcast or exiled here.
Sounds like his court
Um,
case was pretty weird. I bet there's some juicy gossip about that that might point us in the right direction.
I think it was that he didn't get any kind of sort of trial or
Well, let
break it
me
up.
look.
It was just assigned as exile.
I think he got a trial, just that he got tried in what shouldn't have been the right court. Is kind of
yeah,
the
he
impression I
was
got.
a paladin, basically a Knight Templar. Got tried as a lay churchman. That's the kind of shenanigans that happened.
Okay. So that'll sort of be my objective. I'll look for gossip about him and where people saw him last. If he's disappeared, who would know where he goes or what place did he used to have?
Gossip away. I'm ready to gossip as well.
Are you better or worse at gossip than me?
What am I? I want to say
I've got
usually
2d6.
2d6.
Okay,
Oh,
so
of
we're the
course, you
same.
have to say it.
So either way around, I'll assist you.
All right.
Not for me. I'm just a chatterbird.
Well, there's a success.
All right. You don't really get much, but you do hear something about i- him being sweet on a uh sister of battle, a uh, a militant nun named Mother Fortene. Um, Order of Vingy Bulik. Um, so yeah, you found somebody who might know more about Betancourt and um an order where she might be found.
That sounds like a good place to start asking a few questions.
All right.
So let's go visit the mother.
Let's see if we can't arrange a meeting. As you jokingly put it, Sister Battle. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Um. So, how are you getting to her monastery?
Depends on where it is. Is it very far away? Is it in the city?
Let's see. I have no idea. Okay, it does not seem to be in the city itself. Poor prep.
Amazing how the plans fall apart when we actually stay on the rail.
Thing is, if you go off the rails, things go slowly enough that you don't actually need much. All right. Let's see. She's not that far out of town.
All right, so a nice little walk then.
Is all right. So, how are you? It's like, what are you asking the monks who answered the door?
Uh, yes, I'm here. We're here to see the good mother. We're hoping that we could speak with her for a while.
Um. So, uh, s- which one?
I'm trying to. I said it generally because I don't remember